Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, a cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to unleash their creativity and unite as a strong cake community. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is here to support and empower you on your cake decorating journey. Let me coach you for success by setting achievable goals, understanding that managing your time and having a positive mindset, knowing your customers, and learning how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. I'll share what has worked for me from a very personal and relatable perspective. My goal is to help you establish your presence, reduce stress related to time and working hours, and engage in cake collaborations and competitions. Eventually, you could become that featured cake artist in a magazine or teach at international events just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. I am super happy to be back here another Tuesday morning. Apparently, now summertime here in Lisbon, Portugal. Just happy to be here with all of you today. I have to thank you all for so many feedbacks and so many comments that I had from last week's episode. It's funny what my confession about social media made everybody resonate, I guess. I don't know. I never thought I was the only one who was like just fed up and tired of social media. But I never thought that your response was going to be so huge. Big shout out to everybody who, in a way or another, reached out to me and through social media because they really resonated with the idea that we are just tired, we are fed up, we have no patience, and things keep changing, guys. Things keep changing with the new settings, algorithm is being updated, AI tools, and so on. And I mean, it's more to deal with. So, unless you're in it for the game of social media, and us, and I'm going to give this shout out to you, to my sweet friend. I'm just going to look for her. Um, I just want to make sure that I say her account correctly. So you can go and check it out. 13 Rhythms. Thank you so much for your shout out on Instagram last week. As she said, you either it's the two D's, right? Was dedication or delegate. So you either really are in it for the long run, for not for the long run. You're in it for the game of social media, and you dedicate your time to it, and you play the game, and you try to work around with the algorithm and make it work in your advantage, and have like a goal to be on social media, and that's your job. But knowing you guys, as I know myself, we are cake artists. We are here to be creative, to make beautiful cakes. And either you are absolutely honest to where you are with your social media skills and how much you can dedicate and how much you can expect out of your social media that you can still use as a window, you can still use as a tool to showcase what you do, to use it almost as a presentation card for upcoming customers, to create awareness for people. And it's valid. All of that is valid, but you don't have to be playing the game of social media. Or you delegate and you hire somebody to do it for you, and I'm sure you're going to have great results. So, last week we talked about that, about social media. Thank you for all your feedback. um, like I said, I knew it was a common feeling, but I love it when I just confess my heart out into the world with the podcast, and you actually resonate with it. So that was a good takeaway for me from last episode. But I didn't want to leave you with just what we said, because what I want to do is I want to connect these social media episodes that actually were not in the planning, but like I said last week, I decided to do it because that's what you mentioned was one of your biggest struggle. I want to connect this to teaching because the month of June, I wanted to dedicate the month of June to transitioning from just being a home baker or a cake artist to teaching your craft. But I want to connect the idea of social media with the teaching because you actually can achieve and you can actually get a lot of clients and a lot of new students from your social media. But like I said last week, you cannot move on the social media game if you don't have clear goals, if you don't really know your audience, and if you really don't know what you're doing. So I gave you a few tips last week about what to do with your social media, but I want to go deeper today into that, and we're going to connect that to next week's episode that is going to be about teaching your craft and either scaling your business to teaching or having a second income as a teacher of cake decorating or whatever sweet technique you use. So stay tuned, stay here with me for today's episode, and let's dig a little bit deeper on some tips for social media and connect with teaching your craft. Hey, my sweet friend, if you like this episode and enjoy this podcast, there is only one thing I want from you. Please like, follow, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platform where you're listening to this podcast now. This way, this program can keep growing. The algorithm will show it to more cake artists who will benefit from it. Download the episode, share it on your social media, and tag me, and I'll gladly tag you and follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. You can leave me a voice message on Anchor, Spotify for podcasters, answer the questions and polls on the episode, or leave me a comment on my social media. Even if you don't like what I say, I would love to hear your opinion. And let me invite you to follow me on Instagram as at the Art K Coach or in any of my social media accounts. I'll leave you all the links in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Art K Coach podcast. So, my sweet friends, I want to share with you today some practical tips that can help you organize a little bit better what's going on your social media, of course. But I know that I shared with you a few tips last episode of the RK Coach podcast. But I want to go a little bit deeper, and I want to share some extra ones with you today. The first one, and I cannot emphasize this enough because this is the, let's say, this is the base. This is the sediment where you're going to build up everything else. Is define your goals. Of course, I'm going to talk about goals. Clearly define your objectives for using social media, whether it's a personal connection, a professional networking, business promotion. Have a clear goal that will guide your activities. If you know exactly what you want out of social media, you can tailor your posts, your message, your timing, your how regular you are posting, um, your posting calendar. Everything can be tailored around the goal. Everything has to have a purpose. Most of our social media doesn't work, and we believe by some miracle, but I keep posting like 3 times a week. But do they have a goal? Do they have an ultimate result that you want out of their social media? Is your message tailored to that result? Or you're just randomly throwing pictures of cakes 3 times a week? Are you using all the tools necessary? So, but all of that is only going to be clear when I know what I want out of social media. So I'm gonna give you today. I'm gonna give you homework. Oh, Christina, you're gonna give us homework? Yes, I'm gonna give you homework. I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit graspy today. Sorry about that because it's the weather is hot. The heat came finally, but everything gets really dry, and my throat also gets really dry. Even though I have like coffee and water here, I'm like this today. But I just want to let you know that this is how it's on today. But anyway, going back to defining the goals, I do have a homework for you guys today. I want you to pause me right now. If you can, if you're driving, don't like wait. But if you're listening in a place that you can pause me, take a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and I want you to write down 3 goals, 3 outcomes that you want out of social media. Randomly, you don't have to put them in the correct order, just randomly write down 3 outcomes that you want out of social media. The outcome, not the reason, the outcome. Like, I want more customers. I want people to know who I am. I want to have a clear aesthetic of my cakes on Instagram. Whatever it is, just write down 3. Okay? Because then we're going to move on to what is the call to action that we're going to do in order to get that result. But I want you to write it in the perspective of the result. This is the result that I want. Okay? That's the first homework. Okay. Now, pause me. Write it down. Yes, you. Write it down. I know. Okay. Good. So now that you're back, because you paused me and you wrote that down, I want you to think about knowing your audience. This is the second tip that I cannot emphasize enough. Why? You know the outcome that you want, but who are you talking to for that outcome? Like I said before in last episode, it's not the same as if you're talking to a bride for wedding cake that if you're talking to a mother or a father for cupcakes for a birthday celebration. 5-year-old birthday celebration is not the same thing. So you really have to know your audience, understand your target audience. You have to understand their preferences, their pain points. I don't like this word, and I've been saying this a while now. I don't like this word, but it's their needs. Their pain points are their needs. What are their preference? What are their needs? Their needs. What is their platform they use? I keep insisting, even though my daughter keeps telling me that I should be on TikTok, but I don't think my target audience is on TikTok. However, now for the podcast, you might be surprised, and one of these days I will be on TikTok. But anyway, for the cakes, I think my audience was not on TikTok. So I was never on TikTok. My audience was not on LinkedIn, definitely. So I was never on LinkedIn with the cakes. I was mainly on Facebook and on Instagram. And you don't have to be in all the platforms. I think I mentioned that before. You don't. You can just choose one and just dedicate your time to that. I'm going to get a sip of water just a second. So understand your target. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Understand your target audience, understand their preferences, their needs. What platforms are they in so you can tailor your content to resonate with your intended audience. Okay? That's what I want you to do. But you really have to know your audience. If you want to go deeper into knowing your audience, the subscription platform of the RK Coach podcast is only $2.99 a month, and you will have access in there to complete audio class of target audience and niche. And I'll explain everything in there, so you can go and check it out. Tip number 3: be authentic. I also mentioned that last class. I keep saying class last episode because I'm a teacher. I do teach every day. So I keep referring to everything as a class, but it's not. In last episode, I talked to you about being authentic. Authenticity builds trust. If you're genuine in your interactions, you share real experience and you avoid creating a facade that doesn't reflect your true self or your brand. It is tempting. I'm not going to say it's not. It is tempting to copycat somebody who you know is succeeding, to try to do the same that everybody else is doing because you feel like you belong. You feel like, okay, I'm part of the pack. I'm doing what everybody else is doing. But if you're not authentic, if it's not your real you, first of all, you're not going to be able to keep it up for a long time. And people are going to see that, this doesn't add up. This person is one day is one thing, the next day is another. I always tell this story when I met people for the first time at Cake International. Everybody's comment was, oh, you're just the same as you are on social media. Because it's me. I'm not, that's me. This is what I am right now. This is me. This is me every day. That's it. You can ask anybody who knows me. This is me every day. Sometimes I'm nicer. Sometimes I'm not that nice because I can be fed up easily with things that I'm not comfortable with. And I mean, I'm being honest, even on that, I'm being honest. Um, I am very sociable, but depending on the social context. I don't know if that happens to you. Actually, I saw a reel about that the other day. Like, I can be very social with things that I want to be social, but I can be very, I'm not going to say shy, but I can be uh, very introvert with things that I just don't. Nah, that's not for me. But yeah, but that's me. I'm talking about authenticity. That's me. People who know me know that that's what I am. So be you, be authentic, because you cannot put a facade for a long time. People is going to see that is a facade, and you're going to come across as a phony and as a fake. Um, and when I mean being you, think about this. You want your clients to be people you can relate to, because it will be way easier to sell to them, to communicate with them, to get your message across, to showcase what you do honestly, um, than if you are trying to please people who do not resonate with who you are. Then you're going to get mad, then you're not going to be happy serving them, and they're not going to be happy served by you. So when you are authentic, you are going to call in clients that are like you, that resonate with you, because they're going to like what they see and they're going to buy from you. And at the end, everybody's going to be comfortable. It's sort of like dating. When we are dating from the point of I'm lacking of something, and that's what you're looking on somebody else and your partner, you're going to attract the wrong people because you're lacking. You're going to attract the wrong people. If you're putting a facade when you're dating, like, well, I'm going to be this kind of person to see if I can find this type of man or women or whatever. Um, you probably, and then you're going to realize, this person is not for me. It's not for me because you are not yourself. But when you're trying to find a partner in life, being you're going to attract people just like you, and everybody's going to be comfortable with it and in the relationship. So finding clients is sort of like dating. You want to be comfortable in the relationship, and you can only find that, or you can achieve that, first of all, if you really know your audience, and second, if you're authentic. So those are the first three tips: define your goals, know your audience, and be authentic. Stick with me because I'm going to give you more tips for your social media. Hello, my sweet friend. Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art K Coach podcast exclusive content platform. By becoming a member, you'll get exclusive monthly content and access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media posting, pricing mindset, and teaching. Get access to exclusive bonus content for only €2.99 a month. Check out the link to subscription platform on the description of this episode. Let me help you on your cake journey and coach you for success here at the Art K Coach podcast. Okay, my friends, we are back here with more tips about how to really create a plan on that works for your social media as cake artist, of course. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, my idea is to my idea is to get you clear on this so we can connect this social media with the teaching part, which was the whole purpose of the month of June. So we already talked about defining your goals, like number one. That's the first thing you do. Know your audience and be authentic. Balance consumption and creation. You need to find a balance between how much content you consume and how much content you create from of your own. It is essential to engage with others, but also contribute valuable content to the community. We still believe sometimes that we still have this idea that social media for our business is the same as social media that we have to, for ourselves and to show pictures of our trips. And it's not the same. The game is a little bit different. So if you're only there, either looking at other people's account, looking, checking what they're doing, or if you're only then there just posting, and like I said, yeah, the last episode, ghost posting, like you just post and disappear and never answer back and never give a feedback to the people who comment on you or the likes, or you follow other people. I mean, both extremes are not productive for your social media account. You have to find a balance. You have to find a balance between I post, I keep track of that post, I answer comments, I engage with my audience, but I go to their accounts as well. I check on their post, I comment. You have to keep the conversation going. There are a lot of social media gurus that are going to talk to you about this. Keep the conversation going. Mind your online presence, of course. Be mindful of your online presence as it can impact your personal and professional life. Regularly review and adjust privacy settings and think twice before posting sensitive or controversial content. Okay, so is it confession time? I'm going to go for it. I loved it last time, so I'm going to go for it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Everybody is entitled to have political views, religious views, social views. There's people who's going to be in favor or against of on many different things. This is what make our world the world we live in. This is, I mean, I believe in the freedom of speech, yes, but I do believe in the freedom of thinking and believing. Whatever you believe in and whatever your thoughts are, I respect them, but not necessarily are going to be my thinkings, my thoughts, and my beliefs. So, if I think like that from other people, if I think other people should not be imposing their thoughts on myself or their beliefs on myself, why would I do the same? Why would I want to impose my thoughts and my beliefs on other people? Okay, I think there is a line that should not be forced to cross in order to convince anybody else of what you believe in, as long as you're not doing evil to anyone, of course. But I'm talking about general beliefs, general ideas, and thoughts, right? So, my audience, as much as I tailor it, can have different beliefs and different views on many different things from me. Would I risk my business and my losing my audience, or worst, that we have seen so many times on social media, from one innocent comment that you decide to make, everything turns against you and people lose their businesses like completely? Will I risk that for my business? No. That's my opinion. That's my view. I would not. So on my business social media, you will never ever, and you can check it out. You will never ever see any post or any comment related to any political view, social view, religious view. No, because that's my world, Christina's world. Christina, the ones that close the business and go home and is with their family. That's my world. Maybe my closest friends will know my beliefs. My husband does knows my beliefs. My kids do. But since my work is not being an advocate of any of those beliefs, I will keep it to myself. Unless you ask me, that's another thing. But I won't do it on social media. If we're having a conversation as friends, maybe over a coffee or over a few drinks, maybe I will tell you. Maybe. And even so, maybe. Because my business is my business. My personal life and my personal opinions are my personal opinions. So, mind that when you are posting on or publishing on your business, unless the values, not your values, the value of your business stands for whatever your comment. That's up to you. Because if you tell me that your business is a business that supports certain, I don't know, political party or view or religious or whatever, okay, then do it. But if it's not, be careful to how personal and how much you post of your personal opinions online. Everything is there. Be sure that you are 100%, in it, that you support it 100%, and that you're willing to endure whatever consequence it might come on the way. Or you just don't care. There's people who just like, I don't care. I will say it and I don't care. Fine. But if you care and if you think that by any little chance it can be damaging for your business, think twice before posting any sensitive or controversial content. And it could be as much as a picture of you on a bikini on a beach. It's my picture, it's my bikini. It's like, I'm like, yes, but it's a business. So think twice. Will that benefit my business? Will that be relevant to my audience? Is there a call to action? Is there a goal behind that picture or that post? If all of the answers are no, don't do it. Have a personal account and post whatever you want in your personal. I'm not saying don't post online. Post it on your personal account, and you don't have to give access to your clients to your personal account. My personal accounts are my friends. I don't have any business thing in my personal account. And if I met you through the cake world and you are in my personal account, you're my friend. I consider you my friend. That's why you're there. So be aware of that. Confession time. Maybe there's some people who are not going to like this, but this is what I believe. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Quality over quantity. I know we talk about being consistent and having to post regularly, but please focus on the quality of your post rather than quantity. Consistent delivery is valuable, of course, but well-crafted content will attract and retain more audience and will convert better online. If you're not sure about how taking pictures, there are thousands of either free tutorials on YouTube or people who you can buy courses from them to learn how to take good pictures from your phone, the settings of your phone. Take good pictures of your cake with a clear background. That the intention of the picture is good, the lighting is good, people can really see what you do. Don't don't overcharge. I don't know how you say this. Like, an image that is very busy, that has a lot of things at the same time. Don't do it because you really want to keep the focus on your cakes. If you're not sure, there are programs also. You have Canva. Canva will give you thousands of ideas, free ideas to post on social media that you will just have a template, just put your cake in it, and that's it. And you can post directly from it. There are other platforms that can help you with that, but make sure that your content is of quality. Otherwise, I know people's like, oh, I don't know why nobody's seen my post, because you have like a cake in your kitchen with all the dirty stuff around. No, no, don't do that. So make it pretty, make it neat. I think nowadays is not as it was before. I think people is really careful with that. But anyway, quality over quantity. Okay, stay with me. We're going to go and check out on our sponsor for today's episode, and I'll be back with more tips on social media posting for cake artists. We love Cercino and we love its digital magazine. Cercino's free monthly magazine, We Love Pastry, is a monthly digital magazine bursting with absolutely incredible, easy to follow, and unique cake tutorials created by very talented artists from around the globe. Interesting interviews and blogs. You can also win products worth £50 and much more. You have cake tutorials, product information, cake events, cake collaboration, and you name it. Don't miss the free digital magazine every month by clicking in the link on the description of this episode. Thank you, We Love Pastry, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends. Thank you. We are back. Thank you, Saracino, for sponsoring today's episode. If you haven't checked it out, go check the magazine, We Love Pastry. And of course, there's the new poster, the feature of the podcast. Check it out because it's really neat. I made it on Canva and I did use AI. Talking about AI, this is a new feature, a new thing that you can find in all your social media. Is I've seen it on Instagram and on Facebook. Now you can, because of some regulations that some countries are deciding to put on AI, which I think are necessary, actually. Even though I'm a fan. Then I'm being honest here. I'm a fan of AI until a certain point, but I think it's just another tool. I see it as another tool, as a very creative tool. um in our community there's some people who's in favor, some people who's against. I really want to make an episode about the use of AI in the K community. um I'm inviting anyone who's listening and would love to be part, because I wanted to make it a debate. I want to see both sides of the story. So if you're either in favor or against AI in our K community and would like to take part in the episode, send me a message, and because I want to make this happen. I really want to know your opinion, and I think it's a pivoting moment that we're living, and I would love to know what you think about that. But anyway, now there's a feature in the social media that you can actually say, it's a button in the settings that you can say if your content was created. I think you have to say if your content was created with AI, so you're not misdeceiving the audience. I think it's correct. I think it's something that it's important to be done. Like I can tell the difference. You can tell the difference when it's AI and when it's not. But there's people who can't, and they are you know, misinformed about it. So it's good that you keep that in mind when posting on social media. Before the post is before the last button to post, there is, in Instagram you have this bunch of settings now where you can put music, you can tag people, you can share it on other social media, and there is one that is this content created by AI? You just say yes or no depending if you're doing it. So be aware of that. Anyway, we have more. So that was all because of thank you to Sarashina. But let's keep moving with some more tips. I have so many tips for you here right now today that I think I might just go very quickly through some of them and just go deeper in other ones. Engage actively. You know that it's important to engage with others by responding to comments, participating in discussion, and supporting the content of others. Engagement helps build a sense of community and will put your account and your post higher on the algorithm because they will see that you are around. So it's important. Stay informed, like I just mentioned with the AI thing. Keep up with the latest trends, updates, and features on the platforms you use. Social media is very dynamic, and staying informed will help you make the most of new opportunities. There are all new features coming out every time. There is new things that you can use. But if you don't want to make it too complicated, stick to the ones that you know. For me, it's a post, a story, a reel. I don't go further than that. I like to play around with some of the features in the reels or some of the features in the stories, but that's it. Okay. So, depending on your goal, you know what you're going to do. Which leads me to the next point: be mindful of your time. Social media can be very time consuming. So, set limits so you can use your social media wisely and avoid excessive scrolling, and ensuring that your time spent online is productive and positive. Remember my confession from last week? So, what did I decide to do? When I'm going to post on social media, I put a timer. Yeah, I do. I put a timer so I don't get distracted scrolling down. And if I get distracted and the timer goes off, on, I'm like, no, no, no. And then I do my post and I leave and I get out of social media because it is addictive. Utilize visual content. Visual content tend to perform well on social media. Use high quality images, videos, graphic to make your post more engaging. This is connected a little bit to the one that we talked before about quality over quantity. And like I said before, there are many apps and many uh, websites and platforms that can help you create very beautiful um, content, so it is appealing to the eye. Now we come. I'm sorry, I got all blah, blah, blah. Here we come to one that is the one that I like the least, but we have to take care of this. And most of us don't even look at it. Monitor analytics. Yeah, I know it's boring, but social media platform provide analytic tools. You know that, right? When you post and now I think on Instagram, I'm just going to check right now on my phone while I am talking to you. When you're posting something, okay, I'm going to go to my account. Just open a random post. Let me open this one, which is not a reel. Underneath the post, you see something that's called view insights, especially if you have a business account. That's another thing. You have business accounts, you have creators accounts, you have personal accounts. You have a lot of accounts. Oh my God, we're probably going to need help with this, like professional help. But no, just take your time, go through the settings, check it out. And Instagram and Facebook, they send you a lot of notifications with new things going on. So make sure you read them and you're informed, okay? But in each post, you can check the analytic by just going into view settings. You can check the analytics of that post and we'll tell you how many likes you have, comments, if anybody shared or anybody saved your comment. Then you have an overview of account reached, accounts engaged, and a profile activity, people who went to your profile, as well as if there were followers or non-followers, and you will have the demographics, where the impressions go. If they're, I don't know if they're male or females. No, not the demographic. You have the impressions. Where do they go after seeing your post? Engagement, the reactions and interactions, and if you have any profile activity after that post. So in each post, you will have that. Why is that useful? Because if the post converts, what it means converts, has a lot of likes and little hearts and comments, and people share it and people save it, that's a good content. That is the content your audience wants to see. So you keep on that road for a little while to see how that goes. But if you put a post that for you, you're so proud, you made that reel and the reel looks great, and nobody's looking at it, sorry, just no, it's not converting, forget about it. So you don't waste your time making things that don't work. um, Also with the analytics, you can see the growth of your account. You can see what is converting more, the time that you can post better, the days of the week, who is your audience, that can help you actually understand your target audience. All of that is in analytics. So take your time. I will say I'm not gonna say I'll do it quick weekly. I'll do it once a month. I sit down. I check every now and then in individual posts, but the general analytics, honestly, I just do it once a month. Probably is not the best advice. Maybe you should do it more often. But myself, I do it once a month and just keep me on track. Keep me on track of what I need. But it's important to check that out. I know it's not the glamorous and fun part of social media, but it's important that you do it. Um, One more thing that I want, well, there are many things that I want to share with you today, like diversifying content that is not just images, but create like videos and polls and stories. Audit your account regularly so you actually can review who you follow, who your followers are, and make sure that your feed is the content is aligned with your interests and values, that your linking bios are current, that the information in the in the bio up in the on Instagram you have like your bio in the top. On Facebook you have it, I think is on the left side, in the left side of your page and of your profile. Just make sure that is updated and that you have all the backlinks that you need to have for people to go into your website or into your other social medias. Edit regularly so you will know. um, be secure conscious. This is very important. There's so many hackers, spams, things are happening online. And just go check on your security settings. Make sure that what's private, what should be private is private, what should be public is public. I think you can in Facebook. I know you can. Instagram, I'm not sure. You can tailor each content to be either private, public, for friends. I mean, you could do that. So make sure you're conscious about that, because that will safeguard your content and your account. I know so many of our friends have lost their accounts and they have everything on their accounts. I've said it before, do not have everything on social media. Have a web page and have a backup external drive, whatever, memory or cloud, of all your pictures and all your content, because you never know what could happen with social media. Social media, it's not yours. It's the platforms belong. Everything you put there belongs to the platform, doesn't belong to you. So if they decide one day, or somebody reports you, you lose everything. Or you get hacked, you lose everything. So be careful with that. So be security conscious. And talking about AI and security, there is a new feature, and I wanted to share that also here on the podcast. There's a new feature going around on all the Meta businesses, which is WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, right? And what happened is there is a new law, I guess, that AI can take um, your content, your pictures, everything you said or have posted online in all of these years on their platforms, to be used for AI creation. Okay, so your content, your pictures, everything is available for the artificial intelligence. I know it sounds a little bit scary. I don't like to think that is scary, but AI, it's an algorithm. I mean, it's an artificial intelligence that will take uh, in consideration everything that is online to create whatever it creates. So when you ask AI to create a cake image, it will go and search all of the cake images that all of us have posted on internet, on platforms, and from those references it will create things, an image, right? But that's going to happen with everything you post, even your personal photos. So talking about security, there is a feature, it's quite hidden, it's not so easy to get there. But if you look through your settings, go to account information or info, or go to privacy settings, or look directly on Facebook or on Instagram for AI settings or AI consent, what happens is you can oppose to that personally. It takes it takes about 5 minutes to get there. You go there, you complete a form that I ask you about your country, an email, and why do you oppose for your content to be used for social media. I just had like a copy paste text that says I don't allow my everything that I have posted and this and this and that. We can talk about that in a future episode where I can leave you all the information about this. And it just avoid that just makes you protected of your content being used by these platforms for AI. So this is just another new thing, another new thing. There's always a new thing. So be conscious of your security and privacy settings on your social media. Super important. Okay. And I want to leave two more tips to the end. So stay with me. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to talk about two very important ones just at the end of this episode. As your K coach, I am here to help you. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. Well, I'm back with the last part of today's episode about tips to really understand or tailor your social media for your cake business. This I wanted to leave for the end because I think are super important for the sake of ourselves and especially for our sake as human beings and as our mental health and our time. They're super important. So, handle criticism positively. How you handle people online will tell a lot about you and your business. I did an episode, I think it was early last year. Let me just get some water. I did an episode about how to handle uh, trolls and backlashes and bad comments online. It was really good. It's one of those episodes that you're like, this is really good, but it didn't convert much. I don't know if people were like, this never happened to me. But it does happen. It does happen, and it's hard because we are behind a computer or behind a phone. Nobody's looking at us, and we feel like, I can say whatever I want, and that it backlashes us. So how you handle, especially in your business account. Remember, we're talking about cake business, okay? Accounts. Whatever you do in your personal account is up to you. I'm not telling you what to do there. But if you want to safeguard your business, handle criticism and handle negative comments the best way possible. Not everyone will agree with you. And I know that. A lot of people do not agree with what I say. And that's okay. So handle criticism constructively. Respond with kindness use it as an opportunity to grow. If you get stuck on a fight with somebody online, first of all, everybody's going to see it. Second, everybody will be entitled to say what they think about your fight. Your friends will support you no matter what. But then you will start creating division and, a big crack between your audiences, because some people will agree, some people won't agree, some people will walk away, and your name, in the name of your business, will be stained. So, manage it privately. Do not manage criticism publicly. Talk to this person on private messages, okay? Be kind, because that person can, print or take a screenshot of whatever message you're saying, and they can leak it online, because we have seen that before. Don't take drastic decisions like banning somebody from your social media or from your group without giving an explanation. Use it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Invite the other person to find a solution, because the other person could be either a client or somebody in your community who could either help you or harm you, because a bad comment can really destroy somebody's reputation online and a business. I've seen it. I'm not going to say names, but I've seen it very recently with a very lovely person who I considered a friend, just got out of control handling some clients and lost everything, to the point of almost getting a police demand, like like a court issue thing. She could be sued for what she said, or what she did. And her intentions were not that. Her intentions were not what people understood. That's my point of view. But it got out of control. It got so much out of control that this person had to remove herself from social media, remove all her accounts, lose all the things she had done, and disappear from social media. So, yes, I'm putting it to you that way. And it's a true story. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say who. I respect their privacy. But it happened. It happened, and it's sad, because it's a very talented person, that just for not handling well a couple of people, had to disappear, had to completely disappear off the grid. So be careful how you answer and what you say to people. Yeah, there's so many ways that you can do it. Listen to that episode about how to handle bad comments and trolls and backlashes online, because I'm sure there will be some tips there that can help you. And last but not least, kind of connected to this one, take breaks. Take breaks when it's needed. You're not going to miss out anything. Social media is not going anywhere. Your account is not going to lose anything. This is not a race. Nobody's going to win you or win over you. No, it's like you just take a break and then you come back, recharge with a better disposition. And okay, I can do this again. And you will do it. Okay. Social media can be so overwhelming. If you feel stress, burnout, you know, overwhelmed with everything that's going on, blocked, take breaks, and please prioritize your mental health. No social media is worth it. Your business, my sweet friend, and I'm talking to you, my business is online. Like everything I do is online. But your business is you and the final product that you deliver to your customer. Your business is not social media. So you're not going to miss anything out. Nothing is going to happen. When you come back, you come back. And I actually have news for you. No one is going to miss you. I have taken breaks and people haven't even noticed that I have taken breaks. Sometimes I announce it like I'm going to take a break. Sometimes I don't. But I just take breaks and just things are just exactly the same as I left it a week ago. Like a week break. That's it. And that's it. And it's okay. Nothing happens. Remember that social media is a tool, and how you use it depends on your goals and your values. By following some of the tips that I just gave you, and please take a break. you can actually enhance and have a better social media experience and make it positive and valuable for you, for your customers, and you will have a more productive and happier online presence. So, and I'm actually taking a break from podcast later on in this summer, but I'm not going to tell you when. Yeah, I'm going to tell you when because you're going to be like, oh, but yes, I will be. I will be taking a break. Some things I need to get sorted out. So I will be taking a break. But before we take a break, because we're not going to take a break just yet from the podcast, I love my podcast so much. All of this episode and all of these tips is one of the things that I wanted to connect it with, like I said in the beginning, is with teaching. Because the month of June, I wanted to dedicate it to some of my fellow cake artists and friends who wants to either scale their business through teaching or find a second income through teaching. And many of you through the years have mentioned that you have some difficulties on the teaching part per se, like teaching techniques, on organizing your workshops, and that's where I want to go this month of June. So let's do one thing. Let's understand that all of the things that I just mentioned about social media can be of help if you know exactly what your goal is. So, if your goal is to teach, and if your goal is to teach online or one to one, social media can be a very important tool. So, next episode, I'm going to tell you how you can use social media in order to promote any upcoming teaching event that you have. And we're going to start with the basics. We're going to start with a very easy and simple way to organize a workshop. And of course, the pay platform, the Art K Coach podcast pay platform, is going to have the full audio class on how to teach, from teaching techniques to organizing your first workshop, pricing your workshops, and having the best experience for you and your students. And with this, we're done. With this, I leave you for today, hoping that this episode can actually help you organize your social media a little bit more, understand your social media a little bit more. If you want further help with social media, please hire an expert. Go check, like I said before in the last episode, I'm no expert. I share what has worked for me, but my goal in social media, it's very different from everybody else's goal. I'm not here to collect followers, but to provide content and community and communication with the followers that I have. Could be one, could be 10, could be 1,000. I don't care. I just want to keep the conversation going. And that's my goal. So if your goal is different and if you want to really upscale your social media, find help, find an expert. There's so many people we have. There are so many good other K coaches that do work on this that you can go and check it out. But you have to invest in yourself, people. You do have to invest in yourself and in your business in order to go further. So take that into consideration. And with this, I will leave you as I always leave you, my sweet friends. Stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.